God, I'm tired of my husband. I know I'm not supposed to say that. I know marriage is sacred, and I'm supposed to honor him and respect him, and all the things I promised on our wedding day. But right now, I'm just tired. Tired of feeling like a roommate instead of a wife. Tired of carrying everything by myself. Tired of being the only one who remembers, who plans, who notices, who cares. I'm tired of being lonely in my own marriage. He's not a bad man. I need you to know that. He's not abusive. He's not cheating. He's not mean or cruel or any of the things that would make leaving make sense. He's just not here. Not really. He goes to work. He comes home. He sits on the couch. He scrolls his phone. He plays with the kids for 10 minutes and then disappears into the garage or the TV or whatever else he can find to avoid actually being present. And I'm left doing everything else. The kids, the house, the meals, the schedules, the mental load of remembering every appointment, every permission slip, every birthday, everything that keeps this family running. And he has no idea. None. Because to him, if the house is standing and the kids are alive, everything's fine. But I'm drowning, and he doesn't even notice. I've tried to tell him. I have. I've said, I need help. I've said, I'm exhausted. I've said, I can't do this alone. And he says, okay, what do you need me to do? And that's the problem. I don't want to have to tell him what to do. I don't want to have to manage him like he's another child. I want him to see what needs to be done and just do it. I want him to notice. I want him to care. But he doesn't. Or he can't. Or he won't. I don't even know anymore. And I know what people would say. Men are wired differently. You have to communicate. He's trying his best. At least he's a good provider. But I don't want a provider. I want a partner. I want someone who sees me, who knows me, who makes me feel like I'm not just the person who keeps everything running. I want to feel like a wife, not a manager. Like a woman, not a mother to a grown man. God, when did I become so angry? I used to love him. I did. I remember the way my heart would race when he walked in the room. The way we'd stay up all night talking. The way he'd look at me like I was the only person in the world. When did that stop? I don't even know. It wasn't one moment. It was 1,000 small moments. 1,000 times I tried to connect, and he chose his phone. 1,000 times I asked for help, and he said, later, and never followed through. 1,000 times I felt invisible in my own home. And now I look at him, and I just feel nothing. Not love, not hate, just this heavy, tired numbness. Is this what marriage is? Is this what everyone means when they say marriage is hard work? Because if it is, I don't know if I want to keep working. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of being the only one who seems to care if this marriage survives. And the worst part? He thinks everything's fine. He has no idea I'm this close to breaking. Because I smile. I cook dinner. I keep the house running. I don't complain. Well, not much. I do all the things a good wife is supposed to do. But inside, I'm screaming. I'm screaming because I'm lonely. Because I'm exhausted. Because I'm raising kids with a man who's physically here, but emotionally absent. I'm screaming because I don't know if I can do this for the rest of my life. God, I think I married the wrong person. There, I said it. The thought that's been haunting me for months, maybe years. What if I made a mistake? What if this isn't what you wanted from me? What if I was so desperate to get married, so scared of being alone, that I said yes to the wrong man? Because he's a good man. Everyone says so. My parents love him. My friends think I'm lucky. He's responsible, stable, faithful. But good isn't the same as right. And I don't know if he's right for me anymore. Well, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the one who changed. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Maybe I'm being selfish for wanting more than fine. Maybe other women would be grateful for what I have. A husband who comes home, who doesn't yell, who provides, who's faithful. So why do I feel so empty? Why do I lie in bed next to him at night and feel more alone than when I was actually single? Why do I look at other couples and wonder what it's like to be with someone who actually sees you, who pursues you, who makes you feel desired instead of tolerated? I don't even remember the last time he looked at me like he wanted me, really wanted me. Not just sex, though we barely even have that anymore, but me. Like he couldn't wait to talk to me, to be with me, to know what I'm thinking. When did I become just another thing on his to-do list? Just another obligation. And I'm so tired of initiating everything. The conversations, the date nights that I have to plan and beg him to go on. The connection that I'm constantly trying to create while he's content to just exist next to me. I don't want to have to beg my own husband to pay attention to me. God, I don't know if I love him anymore. That's the thought that terrifies me the most. Because if I don't love him, then what am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I sacrificing my sanity, my joy, my life for a marriage that feels dead? And then I feel guilty. So guilty. Because I made a vow, for better or worse, till death do us part. I stood in front of everyone and promised forever. But nobody told me forever would feel this long, this hard, this lonely. I watch my friends who are single, and I'm jealous. Jealous of their freedom, their peace, the fact that they can make decisions without consulting someone who doesn't really care anyway. I watch my friends who are happily married, and I'm jealous of that too, because they have what I thought I'd have: partnership, connection, someone who actually wants to be with them. And then I'm angry. Angry at him for not being the husband I need. Angry at myself for choosing him. Angry at you for letting me marry him if this was how it was going to turn out. Because where were you, God? Where were you when I was making this decision? Why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you make it clearer? Or did you? Did you try to warn me and I just didn't listen? Was I so desperate to not be alone that I ignored every red flag, every doubt, every quiet voice telling me to wait? Is this my fault? God, I don't know what to do. I can't leave. I have kids. I have a life. I have a marriage that everyone thinks is fine. What would people say? What would my family think? What kind of example would I be setting? But I can't stay like this either. I can't spend the next 30 years feeling this empty, this alone, this resentful. Something has to change. Either he has to change, or I have to change, or this marriage has to change. But I don't think he even knows we need to change. and I don't have the energy to fight for something he doesn't seem to want to fight for. I've tried. I've had the conversations. I've cried. I've explained. I've begged. And nothing changes. Not really. He'll be better for a week, maybe 2, and then we're right back here. And I'm tired of hoping, tired of believing it'll get better, tired of giving chance after chance. I just want to feel seen. I want to feel valued. I want to feel like I matter to the person I'm supposed to matter to most. Is that too much to ask? God, I need you to tell me what to do, because I don't know anymore. Do I stay and keep trying? Do I accept that this is just what marriage is and stop expecting more? Do I learn to be content with a partner who's present but not passionate, with a life that's stable but not satisfying? Or do I admit that I can't do this anymore, that staying is killing something in me, that I'm becoming bitter and resentful and angry, and that's not who I want to be? I don't want to be the woman who gave up on her marriage, but I also don't want to be the woman who stayed in a marriage that made her miserable. I don't know which is worse. All I know is I can't keep living like this. I can't keep pretending everything's fine when it's not. I can't keep smiling through the loneliness. I can't keep being the only one who cares. I'm tired, God. So tired. Tired of carrying this marriage alone. Tired of hoping he'll change. Tired of feeling guilty for wanting more. Tired of wondering if I made the biggest mistake of my life. I need help. I need clarity. I need something to change. Because right now, I'm just barely holding on. And I don't know how much longer I can keep doing that. So if you're there, if you're listening, if you care at all about what I'm going through, please show me what to do, because I can't figure this out on my own anymore. And I'm scared of what will happen if something doesn't change soon. Amen.